How you a man and you soft? How you a man and you soft? Tupac voice. Shout out Machiavelli. Look, man. I waited all day to hold this shit in and talk about this shit. Unfortunately, it might not come off as good as it would have came off when I was ready to speak that shit earlier. But I wanted to be in this setting in my car with this. About to hit this gym. A lot of y'all need to understand, man. The difference between pussy power and manpower. I'm gonna talk to y'all men for a second for this one. Women, I'm gonna talk to women too on this. You know what I mean? It's for everybody, for real. But men gotta realize that you not changing the game, bro. You can cry and complain about how women got it easier, they got pussy power, and you know they got all these options and they can do all this and all that. If you are speaking on these subjects to expose and give better understanding and to give gems, fine. But if you are just crying and thinking that this shit's gonna change, that's an issue. It's not gonna change. It's not gonna change. So what? They got pussy power. What, you gonna cry all day? Cry all your life because a woman has power of the vagina? It's starting to look like you want a vagina. Pick. Do you want a vagina as a man? Or do you want to work and create power? Manpower. Which one you want? You can't have them both. I don't know about you as a man, but I'm glad that God didn't give me a vagina. I ain't trying to have no babies. Shout out to the women that do have babies. That's a lot of pain, and that's why I feel like a man should marry a woman before he puts a baby in her. That's just my opinion. Or not necessarily go to the courts and get married, but feel like this is my wife right here. I want to be with this chick forever type thing. You ain't even got to put the courts in it. God knows your heart, right? I'm just saying, you shouldn't put a baby in a woman unless you really fuck with that woman. Because they go through a lot to have kids, man. That's one reason why I don't want a vagina. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. Number two, I don't want to be a female. I'm glad God made me a man. So for all the men out here watching this video, are you glad God made you a man or not? I just need to know that real quick while I take this sip. Are you glad that God made you a man or not? Ask yourself this. If your answer is yes, I'm glad God made me a man, then stop crying about the not having a vagina. Stop crying about not having a vagina. You say you don't want to be a woman, okay, so therefore you don't want a vagina. So what is the next alternative that we can do? Since we don't have the vagina, right? What else can we do as men? They can have that power of the vagina. In my opinion, that little bit of power, they can have that. Because truth be told, it's not really power. It don't really have power. People give the vagina power. The vagina don't have power. People give the vagina power. Losing focus on their careers and what they should be doing in life and giving out resources and all these other things to the fucking vagina. All because you don't think here first. You think here first. I keep my head, both of them where they supposed to be. Hoes that get you sidetracked and clap from closely. Shout out JC. Yeah, she has a vagina and she has a power of vagina because people are giving the vagina power. But one thing men need to understand is your private has power too. I don't know if somebody didn't tell you that or not, but your private has power too. The woman ain't just got, woman never gonna tell you this though. They smart enough to not tell you this because they need you to think that it's all about the vagina. They need you to keep lost in that sauce of Oh, I worship the vagina. Here's money. Trick, trick, trick. They need to keep you in that mindset. Meanwhile, if you bust a nut and get nut clarity, you feeling bad. You gave this girl $300. You didn't even like her like that. She didn't like you, most importantly, like that. And you didn't gave her $300 or more to sleep with her. That girl didn't even like you like that, or you didn't really like her like that. More than likely, she didn't like you like that. That's why you had to give her $300 or whatever. So once you get the nut clarity, like, damn. I'm going to tell y'all, man. That I don't want a vagina, which means I don't want to be a female. So that means I only have one other choice. I can sit around and cry. It's like y'all want a fucking vagina. You're literally crying about women with vaginas and their power and how they do this and that. You want a vagina then, I guess. Because you can't have it both ways. Either you're going to be a man and not have one, which you already are, or you can cry and wish you had one and cry and complain and say how they got it so much better. No, they don't. They really don't, man. You can cry and complain, or you can be a man and build your own power. Get your own power. Money, wealth, wisdom. You know what I mean? Physical strength, etc., etc. God made men to where they had to earn their stuff. Yes, women are born with vagina, looks like that, and looks, vagina, looks, whatever. But guess what happens when women misuse that gift or that power of vagina that y'all talking about? They end up backfiring on them in the end. It don't work out good for them. Because they're misusing that power. The power is never to be, I'm just going to get men to bow down and pay for all my life and all. That's not what that was meant to be for. Even if they are winning with the vagina thing, it's because you men are allowing it. And it's a temporary thing. That shit has an expiration date. Simply because other women have vaginas too. But when it comes to building wealth, wisdom, and things like that, many men ain't willing to go through that fire. So that's going to make you stand out from other men. That's real power. When you have to go through the fire with the Most High and build wisdom and build wealth and build strength and all those other things. A vagina was just handed to a female. It's power, I guess, but it ain't like manpower. It's not the same. It's not even close. So while you sitting around crying about their little vagina power, you could be building manpower, creating manpower, real power. And most females understand that the manpower is not even close. They understand that vagina power don't even stand a chance to that shit. Again, that's real power. Vagina power is really not real. People give it power. And your private as a man has power too. You just don't know it. They're not going to tell you. Women are not going to tell you that they can't stop thinking about you because they let a dude fuck or something. They're not going to tell you that shit. Because if they tell you, then that gives less power to their vagina. And they want all the power with the vagina. They use their vagina to get all the power or to keep all the power. However you want to put it. So she's not going to let you know that your private has power too. So not only could you be a man with your private having power, you could also be a man getting money and wisdom and all these other things that have real power. There's no excuse as a man. You guys are focusing on the wrong shit. You're focusing on the wrong shit, man. The more you become a great man, the less power a fucking vagina has over you. Personally, think about it. You, as a man, allowing vagina to have power over you, what does that say? What does that say about you as a man? And it's not easy. I'm not going to sit on here and say it's just easy not to worry, not to think about women and all that. It's not easy. But that don't mean that you crumble like a bitch, basically. And just let a vagina just run your life. Not even focusing on becoming a great man. You just focusing on how many women I can fuck and all this. That's giving power to vagina, dog. Even lusting and shit. Because there's so much other shit you could be putting that energy into. You could be building an empire, but instead you worry about who I'm going to text next and try to fuck. And then on top of all that, half of them talking to multiple men anyway. So you doing all that just to share a female. It's crazy. It really is, man. And then you got some men that are taking care of a woman that's only with him because she couldn't get the one she wanted. So you just a safe haven. Manpower, the power that you can get from trying to accumulate manpower is not even, you can't even compare it to the fucking vagina power. Vagina power is so small. It's a given thing. They did not have to earn that. Like I said earlier, yeah, she might not be all that. A lot of guys be like, she ain't all that, dog. She might not be. But the vagina gets her access to any guy she wants. And 9 times out of 10, those guys that she's talking to, she thinks are all that. Therefore, she doesn't think you're all that. And that's where all this gets misunderstood. That's where damn, they luckier than us and you can't win and all this pouting, powder puff bullshit. Let them continue. You know, like, the power of the vagina that was given to females, like a lot of them, they're supposed to use that to get this great husband. You know what I mean? But instead, they misuse, oh, I got all these men on deck, I could just get whoever I want. Not realizing the vaginas, the power of the vagina is a gift and a curse. A lot of them feel like, oh, I'm going to get a man anytime I want, I ain't worry about it. Misuse the power of the vagina. Then she waits too late. Now she's older. And now she can't get her husband. She didn't fumble the chance when she had the chance in her more prime years to get the husband. She misused that power. Instead of using it for a good thing, I'm going to give this to my husband one day so he can be a lucky man and all this other shit. Instead, I'm going to use it to be a bad bitch, basically. And that's really what you see more than anything out here right now. They trying to use their vagina to rule over y'all and control y'all and make y'all bow down like bitches, man, and y'all falling for it. Y'all falling for it. A lot of y'all crying, well, how do you fix it, dog? How you fix this, man? They winning. They winning, they ain't winning shit. How do you fix it? You focus on gaining power as a man. Number one, stop letting vagina have power over you. Let's start there. Because until you master that, you're not going to become this great man seeking great wisdom and accumulating wealth and all this other shit. You're not going to be able to do it because you ain't going to be able to tap in to yourself, to the great man that's within yourself. You can't even tap into that shit until you tap out of this vagina power bullshit spell that a lot of y'all motherfuckers under. Tap out of the vagina power spell for a second and then try to tap into becoming a great man. You could get mad at women about the unfairness, but it's really men who are giving them this power. It's you men. I'm not saying treat a woman bad or any of that. That's not what I'm saying in this video. What I'm saying is don't let these women treat you bad or bow down and give away the manpower, possible manpower that you can accumulate being a man. The Most High makes it this way to where man has to earn his, and the woman, she basically has to not fumble hers. She's kind of born with it. She's kind of born with some type of power, you know, to get men and all this other shit. And you as a man, you kind of got to work for that shit. Sadly, a lot of females, since this power has been given to them, you know, born good looking and all this other shit, a lot of them fumble this power. Instead of using it for good. I got all this power right now to pull a husband. Nope, I'm going to be a bad bitch for now. I'm going to wait, and my husband got to wait until later in life. I'm going to be a bad bitch for now. And then that power gets peeled, that power gets taken away more and more and more. The more she play around and all this other shit with all these stupid knuckleheads and shit, she loses more and more power. That's why right now, you'll see a lot of older women mad because some man who preserved himself would rather deal with a somewhat younger woman. They'll say it's other reasons instead of the real reason. Oh, I played around and thought that these type of guys that still have the ability to pull younger women, I thought they'd be there at the finish line waiting when I was done playing around with my power. That's what it really is. She no longer has the power. See, her power is just for... Their power is super temporary. Their power is super temporary. From like 21 to 31, for the most part. What will they do with that power that God give them? That's the question that every woman should be asking herself. What am I going to do with this power? This power to just make a man want to marry me and all this other shit. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to play around with it? I'm a bad bitch, bow down to me? Or I'm going to say, you know what? Thank you, God, for making me a beautiful woman. Thank you, God, for making me be able to pretty much get any guy I want. Now let me choose the right one. Or I'm a bad bitch, bow down to me. I'm going to have it like this every... They forget that there's other women coming. That's the problem with the females with this power thing. Yeah, you got it right now. The game is yours right now. I admit. So for you younger men watching, the game pretty much is hers right now. Unless you like some LeBron James, 21-year-old, straight out of high school to the NBA type motherfucker. The game's hers, dog. Just accept it. Keep working, building your manpower. The game's not yours right now. It's hers. Remember what I said earlier. Men have to build their worth. The woman just has to not fumble her worth. It's there already. She just has to not fumble it. Most of them won't do it though. Most of them gonna fumble that work. They don't know how to handle it. Everybody bow down to them. I look so good. The world's the oyster in my hand and bow down to me. I'm a bad bitch. They gonna fumble it, man. 9 times out of 10, they gonna fucking fumble it. All that power that God gave them basically from birth, just being born. You know, what they gonna do with it? That's the question. What is she gonna do with this good looking type shit? Vagina type shit. What's she gonna do with it? See, the problem is y'all crying about that shit, but you don't realize as a man, the power that you can accumulate is forever. It's forever because it was built. It was not given to you. It was not given to you. You had to build that shit. When you become this great dude on your shit and all this shit, you basically become a female with the vagina, basically. Now all the women want you. And all this is just like they used to want them. Just like the younger 21 and 31-year-old women had everybody bowing down to them. Now that's you. If you build that power, that wisdom and all this other shit that come with it, that come with becoming a great man. And that's where you see a lot of the hate of 21-year-olds should be dating 31-year-old because the 31-year-old woman thought that the 31-year-old man should be waiting on her after she was done playing with her fucking power. Now that her power's over and the 21-year-old getting the power, she basically saying, nah, you shouldn't be choosing. These guys are for us now. We done playing around with our power. Now we want the men who got the power. Because the manpower don't come yet. Unless you like LeBron James, you bless LeBron James, fucking 21 and fucking leagues type shit. It happens. But for the most part, a man, he doesn't get his power at 21. He doesn't have power at 21. The fine-ass woman does, though. She just does. The question is, what is she going to do with it? Is she going to fumble it or not? Is she going to end up having the baby by the stupid knucklehead motherfucker? Every mistake that she makes takes some of her power away. That's why it's so important for females who are young, good looking, all this other shit. It's so important for them to stay humble. Stay humble. But it's hard for them to stay humble because everybody and their mom is in their face. It makes them feel like they just better than you. Trust me, I know. I know the shit that you're going through. You a 21-year-old guy, she's 21. You at the bus stop trying to become this great man, and the other guy, he pulling up, he a dope boy pulling up on wheels and everything. She going with him. I already know, bro. But then when the script flips, when you 31 on your shit, now that same 31-year-old girl that let that guy fuck up her power want to say you wrong because you want to deal with the 21-year-old chick now. The same 21-year-old chick she used to be that hopped in the car with the 31-year-old guy and left your ass at the bus stop. It's crazy how they flip the script on y'all. And y'all allow it. Y'all allow them to make y'all feel bad. They gonna do what they gonna do. You cannot stop these women from doing what the fuck they gonna do. They gonna do it. Be honest, if I was a woman, I'd probably do the same fucking shit. I hate to say it. But I do know this. I don't want a vagina. I'm glad God did not make me a woman. So therefore, I gotta do what I gotta do as a man to get that type of power. I'm not gonna sit around crying about why women got the power and all this and all that. Because the more power I accumulate and build as a man, they have no power over me. The vagina has no power. You're giving it power. You're giving it power. There's no excuse for a man to be flying a woman out or giving a woman all this money and this woman ain't even show that she even gives a fuck about you. It don't make sense. But y'all get mad at women for this shit. When really it's the men who are doing this shit. If every man said, nah, fuck that, I have standards. You gotta actually show me that you like me. Or we not fucking none of that. See, a lot of y'all say, well, I'll just fuck her. Nope, not even that. Imagine if women say, I don't really like these men, but I'll fuck them. Women don't be doing that unless they getting something out of it. Men gotta stop doing that. She's just fuckable though. I don't really want her or nothing. No, you still giving her something. As a man, you gotta look at it that way. I'm still giving you my body. This ain't just a woman thing. I'm giving my body up to him. No, it's the same with a man. She don't deserve my fucking dick. Period. She want to sleep with him and talk to him and him. She don't deserve. I'm not fucking her. She will never have the pleasure to say, I fucked him. This is the type of mentality men got to come with, but they don't. I just wanted to fuck. She just fuckable. You still gave her a party, you goofy motherfucker. You got to understand why they are moving the way they are. Because you guys are so easy. Type in women say men are easy. Or these niggas is easy. That's what a lot of them will say. And look how much shit you're going to see on the internet pop up when you type in that shit. But again, I do not blame the women. I blame the men. You're the reason why women look at you as nobodies. Just like if a new girl comes into my job, I guarantee already know what's gonna happen. Everybody gonna try to fucking get her number and all that shit. Nah, if she interested in me, she gotta come here. Ain't no going over there. Like the rest of y'all, like some fucking hyena bums. And then you wonder why there's no respect for men these days when it comes to these females. Because you're too easy. You're not even allowing the woman to even try to show some type of interest. She ain't even got to do nothing. She ain't hit you back up, you still trying to hit her up and all this. It's just sad, man. Why are you doing that? And the crazy part is they not going to respect you. Most women want men to act. A lot of women, when they see this, they're going to think you do that to every woman. That's why they say these men are too easy. Off rip, a lot of times she's going to think, well, he probably doing that to every woman. So I don't want him either. Or he's being nice to me because he wants something out of me. But that's a whole nother topic. The main thing is what I just said, though. He probably doing that to every woman. I don't want him. That was too easy. Why is he giving me $500 and he don't even know who I am? How can a woman respect you? That's what she gonna think. What did I do to make this motherfucker? Nah, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. Just like a lot of y'all men, you don't know this woman, she let you fuck. You're gonna think a certain way, or you're gonna probably lose respect. Only way I probably would let some shit like that slide if I didn't know a woman or some shit is maybe like if you was on vacation or some shit, you ran into a chick, and y'all be like, man, I might not see this girl again. Y'all decide to do some shit because y'all like each other, y'all attracted. That's the only way I see it. But just like on a regular type of shit, and she let you fuck, she don't know you and shit, I don't know about that. That's gonna make me feel like, how many other guys you like? Or put it like this, you ever try to like a girl and then you realize that she's flirting with all the other guys too? You don't want that. It's the same thing women feel. They don't want that shit. But they think that the problem with the female is she gets confused when she sees all these dudes liking her and all this other shit. It makes them feel like they're better than a lot of men that they really aren't better than. It makes them feel like men that come a dime a dozen. It makes them feel like they got forever to get a man anytime they want and all. It just makes them feel a lot of delusional thoughts and half truths and shit like that. And it could kind of trip up a woman if she's not smart and humble. Smart, humble women, they get it. A smart, humble woman gonna pick the right guy 9 times out of 10. The ones that aren't, they probably not gonna pick the right guy. They're gonna fumble their work, bro. And when I say fumble their work, that falls on the man too. That's not just me saying, look at the woman, I'm gonna point the finger at the woman. No, a man made her fumble that work. Most women who fumble their work is a result of a man. So you can't say I'm just pointing the finger at the female. When I clearly understand that a lot of times when a good girl going bad, a man has something to do with that shit. And that's no excuse for the females, but it's the truth. A man probably had some shit to do with that shit. Stop crying over female power, pussy power, man. Get your manpower, get your real power, man. Build empires and shit. You pretty much can have any woman you want. Don't abuse it though. Don't be like these other women who got the power, the looks and shit, and men just want to take them out everywhere they go. As soon as they step out, everybody all in their face. They have no idea what it's like to be a man that never gets spoke to or complimented for months. If you're not a decent looking guy, you probably not getting. I feel sorry for you. That's all I can say. Because I think I'm a good looking guy, and it still ain't nowhere compared to, I guarantee you a woman that's not really in my sexual market, she below, probably still get more compliments. So I can't even imagine a dude that really ain't good looking like that. You ain't never, man, look, I feel sorry for you, bro. I really do. I feel sorry for women who don't look good like that too, though, to be honest. Because honestly, when a woman look really, really good, by default, she already getting more power than a woman that don't look that good. It's not fair. The game, don't hate the people, hate the game, man. All I'm saying is, as a man, when you get this power, do not abuse it. The wisdom, the money, the wisdom, all that. Do not abuse it. Don't be stupid with your shit like most of the females are when they have the power. When they have that 21-year-old, no kid, good looking, every man bow down to me type of power, they don't know what to do with it. They're not ready for it. And that's the sad truth. Most women are not ready for the power that they possess when they get it handed to them just out of life in general, just for existing. They don't know, for one, they didn't have to work for it, so they don't appreciate it, and they just too young to know what to do with it. So most of them fumble it by picking the wrong guy or fucking with the wrong guys. But a lot of you men are going to fumble your potential power or worth that you could build by chasing women and doing all this other shit instead of focusing on becoming a great ass man. You not becoming Tom Brady if you're going to just try to fuck a whole bunch of women at 21 and party and shit. You got to make some fucking sacrifices. As a man, you got to make sacrifices, man. No way around it. But I love it this way. I'm glad that God made it to where men have to earn their shit and build their shit. Not saying women don't earn and build shit. But when it comes to that vagina and their looks, that's something that was given to them. They had to earn that power. The power, all the power that a man gets, he has to pretty much earn. Let me get up in here, man. It's too foggy in this motherfucker. And if I don't get in here, I ain't gonna want to do this shit. So I'm about to just get up out of here. I'll catch y'all in the next shit, man. All I just wanted to say is, man, stop worrying about vagina power and shit like that. Stop worrying about the wrong shit, man. A lot of y'all worry about why this woman don't like you, and a lot of times they don't like you. It's not that they don't like you. It's because of that damn vagina power. They can talk to anybody they want. It's hard for them to just, let me just pick him. When I like something about him and something about him and something about him, and everywhere I go, another man's in my face. Imagine as a man, if everywhere you went and everywhere you fucking walked, women are all on you. That's how it is as a woman, especially if you're a good looking woman. It's like they celebrities. And they just don't know how to handle it. They do not know how to handle that power. So they misuse it or fumble it, etc. Can't get mad at them though, because why is it that a woman could just, for one, how is there more women than men? Yet, if I go to damn near any woman, you could just pick out one. If I go to her, she got way more options than me. How? There's more women than men. But yet, and still, every woman has more options than you. Even if you a solid dude handling shit out here. How's that possible? That lets me know that men have no standards. They just trying to fuck whoever. If they had standards, then that means women would have to be great women to have these options in their fucking phone. But since your standards is only looks or pussy, every woman qualified for that damn near. That's about 95% of women that's going to qualify damn near for every man's booklet if all he has is, I'll just require you to have pussy and looks. And then I'm going to get on the internet and cry about why women ain't women no more. Because you're not requiring them to be women. You can't change the world though. But what you can do as a man is stand 10 toes down and say, I'm going to be a man about something, and I require a woman to be about something, or I'm not giving her access to this greatness that I'm about to become as a man. And guess what? Voila, eventually you will get the great woman, because you're not going to deal with anything less than that. And we all know there's great women out here. You just got to have the standards that I'm not fucking with none that ain't. Instead of, well, I'll just fuck her real quick. This is how men have babies by women they didn't want and all this other shit. I'll just fuck her type of attitude. No. I already talked about that earlier. If you don't like her like that, why are you fucking? Or putting a kid in a woman you don't like that. That don't make sense to me. I don't really like her, but I'm going to put a kid in her? Stupid. It don't make sense. I'm sorry. Do you know what it means to put a kid in a woman? That should be the type of woman that you just really feel like, I don't want to live without this woman. And I'm not saying put a kid in, I know some young people going to be watching on YouTube. Not saying put a kid in a woman, try to trap her or any of that shit. I'm just saying. You got people out here, I'm going to fuck her with no rubber, even though I don't like her. She's just fuckable for the night. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I don't see how you do it. If you want a better woman, then you got to raise your standards. Realistic standards, not no unrealistic shit. Just realistic standards. Like, I want a woman that makes good decisions. I want a woman that doesn't party all the time. Just realistic standards of whatever your preference is, and then you'll get a great woman. But you gotta hold yourself to them standards first. Because if you don't have standards for yourself, guess what happens? I'll just fuck this. I'm not attracted to this woman at all, but I'll just fuck. That's a man that doesn't have standards for himself. It starts here first. You gotta have the standards within yourself first. I gotta have the standards here first before I even ask a woman to have standards. How am I gonna ask a woman to have these standards, all these demands and shit, and I don't even have it in my damn self? That's craziness. That's craziness, man. I want women to be modern. I want women to be traditional, but you're not a traditional man. You become a traditional man, you're going to attract traditional women, because traditional women like traditional men. They don't want the ones out here doing all this crazy shit and all this stuff that y'all say they want the bad boys and this. Who's they, though? Who wants the bad boys? What women want the bad boys? It's only certain women that want that shit. Not all of them. Solid women want solid guys. So as men, I start to question, what do you really want? Because a lot of y'all say you want, with your mouth, I want this. But with your actions, just like the females, I want a good man, but with my action, I'm going to choose him. That's what y'all doing as men. I want this great woman, blah, 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 talk. But your actions show differently. Because if you really wanted a great woman, I'm not fucking you because you're not a great woman. Not, well, you're fuckable, I'll fuck you. Disregarding all the other shit, you're a bad decision maker, etc., etc. I'm still gonna fuck, though, fuck it. Because I'm a man. No, fuck that shit. Men have standards. Real men have standards, dog. Oh, that's gay, dog. Fuck that shit. You sound gay. I'm gonna fuck who I want. And then you're gonna end up on child support or STD or some other dumbass shit. So go ahead. Go ahead and keep believing because you're a man that you just fuck any and everybody. You should have standards, man. Just like y'all say, I don't want the woman that's fucking this and this and this and this. Why don't you want the woman that's fucking this and this and this and this? Because you feel like as a person that puts her in a certain category. So how the fuck you not gonna hold yourself to that same standard as a man? Oh, because, I know what you're gonna say, because as a man you could wipe this off, but as a woman you can't wipe it off. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. It's the same shit. So you're telling me if you put your private in a fucking garbage can, and then you go home and wipe it off, you didn't put it in the garbage can? You stupid motherfucker. You still put your shit in the fucking garbage can, dog. It don't matter. It don't matter, bro. This woman got STDs, but you know what? I can go home and wipe it off because I'm a man. You stupid. That don't even make sense. And then some have kids by certain women. You can't wipe that off either. You can't wipe off some of those STDs, and you can't wipe off, oh damn, I had a kid by the wrong woman. You're not wiping that shit off. Or the spirits that come with sleeping with people, you're not wiping that shit off. But somebody done told these men, you know, you're a man, you can fuck who you want. There's no consequences. Clearly there's consequences for men who just fuck in everybody. Clearly, look. Whatever, man. Believe what y'all want, man. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want that power of the vagina. Because I don't want a vagina. Shout out to women who have vaginas and have kids and all that crazy shit. I don't want none of that. I respect them for that. You know what I mean? But I don't want to deal with none of that. And I don't want to be a female. So therefore, there's only one option left. If you want power and all this and you tired of being jerked around like a little ass bitch beta and shit, there's only one option. The man to fuck up, boss up, get power from wisdom, wealth, and all this other shit. And I guarantee you that power of that vagina will probably bow the fuck down to you and say, damn, this is a real man right here. He's rare, he different. You don't got it. You don't got to worry about it. The vagina has no power over a man that is on his shit unless he allows it. Unless he allows it. A lot of people who's controlled by the power of a vagina are not, they can't even control themselves. They don't even have power over themselves as men. That's why the vagina has power over them. You think that I could look at a woman like, man, I would smash that, but in my mind, I have power as a man over myself. Like, but shit, she ain't trying to fuck with me. I ain't trying to fuck with her. Or who is she after the fact? Okay, she look good. What else is she? What else is she about? Oh, she said if I don't take her on a $500 date, she ain't fuck with me. Let the next man have that. Oh, she ain't texting me back. Let the next man have that. Period, man. Look, do what you want to do. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. Shit don't have power. You give it power, man. And don't get mad at women. Get mad at yourself. Get mad at yourself, man. What woman came to you with a gun and said, fall for my tricks, be a simp, and listen to my manipulations and put babies in me and shit? What woman came to you with a gun and did that? Just wondering. I'll wait, because a lot of y'all be using that bullshit ass excuse, a lot of these excuses, instead of holding yourself accountable. And ain't that what y'all say about women? They can't hold themselves accountable. Okay, as a man, what you gonna do? See, a lot of shit that men say about women, they doing as men. That's the problem. Men need to look at themselves and make sure I'm not doing the shit that I don't like women to do. It goes back to what I said earlier. Hold yourself accountable so you can hold other people accountable. How you gonna hold other people accountable for not doing this or that and you're not even doing it yourself? She likes bad boys, but then she likes men that don't care about them. Then you turn around and worry about a woman that's not worried about you, which is why you're worried about her liking the so-called bad boy instead of you. That don't make sense. Okay, she likes the bad boy. I consider myself a good dude. She likes that bad boy. Okay, fine. Then she's not for me. Why the fuck would I worry about a woman that don't like me or a guy? It don't make sense. That makes me the same as the female. Think about it. They don't like the good women. They like the men to treat them like shit and ignore them. Why you even worry about them? You can speak on it. That's one thing. But to be worried about them? Meanwhile, there's other women that want to be good women to you and like you, but you're ignoring them. So you're doing the same shit they're doing. That's what women do. They'll hop online and say these men don't know when a woman likes them and they don't know how to be loved and all this other shit. But yet they're worried about men that don't want to be loved or don't want them. and ignoring the ones that do. That's hypocritical. You're doing the same thing. Gone, man.